Welcome to Weird Facts. You know, ever since we first pushed a boat out to sea, we've been obsessed with one question: what's down there, in the dark? It's this deep, primal fear and, let's be honest, a total fascination with the monsters of the deep.
Okay, before we get into it, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. And hey, drop a comment below and tell us what weird stuff you want us to tackle next.
All right, let's start with a big one. I'm talking about maybe the most famous, most terrifying legend of the sea, the Kraken.
So, for hundreds of years, sailors would tell these stories, right? Whispering about a monster so huge you could mistake it for an island. A beast with tentacles so powerful they could snap a ship's mast like a twig and just pull the whole thing down into the abyss.
And this wasn't just campfire stories. In 1753, this Danish bishop, Erik Pontoppidan, wrote this down. And his description, wow, it wasn't just a spooky tale anymore. This made the Kraken's reputation solid. It made the monster feel absolutely terrifyingly real to people. So you gotta ask, right? Was this all just a bunch of sailors' tall tales, maybe spun after a little too much time at sea? Or was there something real behind all these terrifying stories?
Thing is, the idea of sea monsters wasn't just a fringe belief. For centuries, people took it seriously. I mean, you look at maps from the 1500s and they're just filled with monsters. Then you get to the 1700s with those detailed Kraken accounts, and it all leads up to this one massive, highly publicized event in 1848.
And this wasn't some blurry, I think I saw something kind of report. No way. This was the captain of a Royal Navy vessel. He filed an official, super detailed report, saying the thing got so close he could have recognized a face if it were a person. I mean, can you imagine? The newspapers went absolutely wild, and suddenly, this story had this incredible stamp of authenticity.
Well, as science started to catch up, a prime suspect started to emerge from the darkness. A very real, very large suspect, the giant squid. And when I say large, I mean it. These things can grow up to 18 meters. To put that in perspective, that's almost as long as a bowling alley. So yeah, it's pretty easy to see how bumping into one of those in the middle of the ocean could spawn some legendary stories.
And just like that, mystery solved, right? The case was closed. Sea monsters weren't real, they were just giant squids. The age of monsters was officially over, neatly filed away under myth explained by science.
But is that really the end of the story? What if I told you the truth hiding in the deep is even stranger, even more bizarre than any legend? Because, yeah, it turns out that what's actually down there is way, way weirder than anything those old sailors could have dreamed up. Okay, look at this. This is something science had literally never seen before. In March of 2023, researchers were more than 4,000 meters down, that's incredibly deep, and they caught this on camera. A whiplash squid, just appearing out of the mud, where it was totally buried.
And this is so much more than just hiding. It's this incredible, complex strategy. So, step 1, it buries its entire body. Step 2, it holds its tentacles up perfectly still to look like some boring old plant stalk that nothing would want to eat. And step 3, it might even be using those stalks as lures to trick prey into coming closer. It's a full-on ambush predator playing dress-up.
So the big point here is that we're discovering behaviors that are just so complex, so, well, alien. They're basically rewriting the book on survival. It's just a perfect example of how mind-bendingly extreme life can get down in the abyss.
And it's not just squids. You want to hear weird? Let's talk about the anglerfish. Their mating ritual is something else. It's called obligate parasitism. Basically, the super tiny male finds a giant female, bites onto her, and just never lets go. His body literally fuses with hers and dissolves away until he's nothing more than a parasitic pair of testes permanently attached for all her future reproductive needs. How wild is that?
Okay, so these aren't just one-off weird stories. They're clues. They're all pointing to the same conclusion. We know almost nothing about the final frontier right here on our own planet.
Check out this map. This massive area in the Pacific is called the Clarion-Clipperton Zone. And those little dots, that's every single time we've seen 4 specific types of deep-sea cephalopods, squids and octopuses, in that entire region. And get this, we're talking about a zone that's thousands of kilometers wide. After all this time exploring, researchers have only spotted these animals a grand total of 33 times. 33, that's it.
So, why so few sightings? Well, that incredible scarcity might be because these animals are absolute masters of not being seen. Think about it. That squid burying itself in the mud, that's not just a cool trick. It's evidence that our entire understanding of how many creatures are down there, our whole census of the deep sea, could be completely wrong. We're probably just scratching the surface.
So, here's the thing. The age of monsters never really ended. We just had to trade in our wooden ships for deep-sea submarines to find them. And that's what you should really take away from all this. The greatest mysteries, the real monsters, they're still down there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to find them.
Hey, if you enjoyed this little trip into the abyss, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. It honestly helps the channel grow more than you know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.